Hi friends, it's Linda here, and this week we're going to learn how to build a shelter. Now if you remember, a few weeks back I showed you two different types of knots, the clove hitch and the reef knot, and both of those are very useful in the construction of a shelter. I think what I'm going to demonstrate for you today is something called an A-frame shelter. So let's do it! Now what you're going to need are 3 long poles that are roughly the same size. It is helpful if the one in the middle is a little bit longer, but the 2 on the sides need to be the same length because they are going to act like legs. Using the clove hitch, attach your rope to a log that's on either side. Make sure it's secure. Now I'm going to show you how to do lashing. And lashing basically is a horizontal up and down motion. You go down one gap, come up the next gap, wrap the rope around that outer log and bring it up through the next gap, pulling it tightly, putting it down through the next gap. You can see I'm having a hard time stuffing my fingers through there, but that's good because you don't want a lot of wiggle room. Pull it around the outside of that log and put it back down the next gap. And again, if you're having a hard time getting your fingers in there to pull the rope out, that means that you're holding it nice and securely, and that'll work better for you. Up through the next gap, down through the next gap. Now we're going to move to the frapping portion, which is a vertical movement. You'll start and go down through the top end of the gap and pull it up through the bottom end of the same gap, pulling it nice and tightly. You're just kind of wrapping the rope around. So down through the top again, up through the bottom, pulling it snugly. Then we'll go over to the other side, down that top part of the gap and up through the bottom, pulling it snugly and wrapping it around again. Since I've got enough rope left over, I'll do that one more time and slide back over to the gap where I originally started. And then I'll tie those 2 loose ends together using the reef knot. There you have it. My lashing and frapping are complete. Now when you stand it up, if you cross the legs, then it will support that middle piece, and it's almost like a self-supporting structure, but we're going to do something with it. So I'm going to attach the center pole to that tree to make it nice and secure. I will throw the rope over, make an X, once again using my clove hitch to attach the rope to the log. Once that's done, I'm going to move on to the lashing part. So I start off by going under the log and then around the back of the tree, under the log again. Now I'm going to go over the log, back around the tree, over the log again, and then under the log, around the back of the tree, under the log again, and now comes the frapping part, which goes in a circle. Again, you're staying on the front side of the tree, wrapping it around. So going down the top, coming out the bottom, wrapping it around, pulling it securely. And then take those 2 loose ends and tie them together using the reef knot. Now my lashing and frapping, they're just about complete. You can see it's nice and secure, it's not going anywhere. This is what the lashing and frapping looks like from the front, and this is what it looks like from behind. This is what it looks like once it's all set up, and this is the point where you'd want to get creative and use some branches to lean up against that centerpiece to make some walls. If it was me, I'd probably just use a tarp so that it's environmentally friendly, but there you have it. There's your A-frame shelter. It's a spectacular, beautiful winter day. Don't forget to get outside and enjoy nature.